Good.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. That's Walsh always says that attitude.
Head over to 21 Clarence now. Give Pollard to take that. His base been up with a friend. It's like there's some of the females from the agents all like his boss with it already went for how it out. Right? Females man and her to take that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nez Porter at you, down here at Nubian Square. I still call it Douglas Square. About to have one of the largest protests we had in a while in the wake of the decision of Breonna Taylor's murderers. So everybody's still piling in, showing their support. They're going to march from downtown, well, we call it Nubian Square, to downtown Boston. All right. And they got plenty of helicopters in the sky, guys. Plenty of helicopters in the sky. There's like at least 5 or 6 of them up there right now. See a police enough right there with his binoculars. I don't think you can make that out, but right up there.
Traffic in Wells on the 11 side.
How's it going? All right. It's not like it's just, they play both, they don't have to win. What's going on, my man? Good to see you. I said I'm going to make this one. This is going to be one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, this is a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, they got the National Guard down there too. Yeah, it's crazy. Excuse me, sir. 1 second. They're like right in the way. Excuse me, sir.
It's just some aromatherapy.
Sir,
It helps to
can you move to the left or the right? Thanks.
Hi, I work for Reuters.
Yeah, I think I've seen you a lot of times.
You have to be as close as this meeting.
Not only for Breonna, but all of the black communities.
again. Sorry. If you're speaking, please come up. We're gonna start momentarily. If you're speaking at the start, please come up.
Why so many helicopters?
Oh, this is one of the biggest demonstrations we had in a long time.
No, it's not. This is,
For Boston it is, yeah. We haven't had one this big.
and yeah, 6 months, yeah.
The last biggest one we had was like almost 4 or 5 months ago.
Right.
But this is the biggest one that they had, and they got all hands on deck on this one.
Yeah, see.
Trust me. You're going down to the common.
Yeah.
And trust me, there's a whole lot of National Guard waiting down there.
I seen them. I seen the tanks already.
There's a whole lot of them down there. They loaded up 4 wagons over here and went down there around 4:30.
Yeah.
So
They're advertising this one.
what they did, they called all surrounding towns like Quincy, Revere, Everett. They had them to come over here as well. So there's a lot of them down there. You may not see them, but they're down there.
I get all that, but
Well, they're anticipating.
they always get their
Good evening, everyone. Wow, let's start over. I operate off of energy, so hold on. Look at me trying to be cool when I drop the radio. That's crazy. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. We obviously all know why we're here, so I'm not even gonna state the obvious. Before we get started, we're gonna have a demonstration to try to, get some good vibes before we start the program and get to marching. So, Mila, my love, where did you go?
I'm short.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, everybody. How are we feeling? Okay. Yeah, it feels good to be here. I'd like to thank all of the organizers and all of community members that have showed up. My name is Camila de la Vega Maldonado. I am the daughter of Maria Maldonado Torrico. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is so y'all can have some degree of trust in me, so that my kinship is important to me. I am here to do a little bit of grounding. And first and foremost, I'd like to acknowledge that we are on Massachusetts territory. We are currently living in a settler colonial state. And that means that the land that we are on is not currently in the authority of the governance of the peoples whose land it was, all right? This is Massachusetts territory for the Massachusetts people, and that also includes that Nipmuc folks from the Nipmuc Nation and folks from also the Wampanoag Nation were on this land. This is Black Liberator land, and that's important to know. I would like to do a little bit of a grounding exercise with everybody, and it might be a little bit uncomfortable, but hey, that's already where we're at. If it's possible to take a little bit of space from folks, like feel your body, Just feel in your body. This is also for organizers. I know y'all are always on the clock, but this is for y'all too. This is for photographers, for press, right? Y'all are in the field. You also are in this energy. Don't count yourselves out. All right? Be in your body. See if you can relax your limbs, right? There's sirens, right? Begin to close your eyes if you can, if that feels safe for you. If it doesn't, see where you can find a place of focus. All right? I want you to move your attention towards your feet and wiggle around your toes. That's on land that's sustaining you. That's this land that's holding you. I want you to move your attention upwards towards your stomach area, towards your chest. And if it feels safe for you, see if you can put one hand on your abdomen and one hand on your chest. Take a deep breath in and exhale. I want to hear those exhales next time, all right? Take a deep breath in, and I want to hear them. Hear that breath. And I just want you to notice right now, is your heart beating fast? Have you eaten? What is the rate at which your chest is rising and falling to your breath? Take one more deep inhale. And I want to hear you exhale. You can open your eyes and slowly let go. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Are y'all still rocking with me? We good? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, right? How does it feel to be in your body, right? To take ownership of your body, to remember that you have a body. I know some of us dissociate like 24/7. I'm gonna do one more exercise, okay? And if you were at a protest at the beginning of the summer, you might have also done it. And if you have done it, you know, share the information. So I want you to turn to somebody you don't know. I need somebody I don't know. I know you. I don't know you.
I've seen you before. So
Somebody you don't know. Alright? And I want you to remember that there's consent at play here, okay? We just came into our bodies, okay? And so if there's somebody you don't know, you are allowed to take a step back. You are allowed to take your space. Do you feel comfortable at the space? Okay. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna put my mask on. Now, I want you to look at the person in front of you. And I know that's hard, making eye contact.
Don't pretend I'm
Alright? We're gonna look in their eyes. Alright? And I'm gonna explain after this why this is how we learn to feel safe, right? What's at play here is safety. How do we feel safe in this settler colonial state? Okay? I hear a lot of talking. Can we just be quiet? Just for a second. Just for a second. Alright? I want you to look at who's in front of you. Alright? And I want you to close your eyes now. Close your eyes and let your hands fall by your wayside like they were before. And I want you to feel into your toes. Alright? I want you to get back into your body. And I'm gonna count down from 3, and at the count of 3, you're gonna find your eyesight with who's in front of you again. 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna still practice being silent. But I want us to now place our hands back on our lungs and on our chest as we can, if we're able to. And I just want you to observe, how does that feel now? Right? How does it feel looking into the eyes of somebody you don't? Can you trust this person? Alright, you can close your eyes now and let your hands fall by your wayside and wiggle around and go back to your friends or whoever. Thank you so much. Thank you for participating in the exercise with me. The origin of the exercise comes from the desire to want to trust in the people that you don't know, right? These instances, Breonna, it was somebody she didn't know. He didn't know her either. So how do you look at a black person and not feel safe, right? What is that? How can you observe that? Especially for non-black folks here. How can you observe that? How can you observe that internalized feeling? What happens in your chest? How can you make it your job to not turn to fear? Thank you so much, everybody, again. If you have any offerings for the altar, please feel free to come up and leave it for Breonna. Thank you.
How's everyone doing? How you feel? Alright, good. So we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it that way. Before we get started, I just wanna do some housekeeping. So I didn't say it before, but we all know the reason why we're out here. It's for her. We may not know her personally. We may have only figured out who she was because she was a hashtag. But I want everybody to treat this situation as if we were at a memorial for somebody in our family. I want you to act. While we're marching, I want you to act in the manner in which you would act if this was your family member. You can take that however you want to take it. I'm not telling anybody how to protest. But my goal for the end of this rally is for everybody to get home in the same manner in which they came here. So again, I'll never tell you how to protest, but I want you to go home as you are right now. Does that sound fair? Sounds fair? Alright, so we're gonna get the show on the road. So, here, Boston Police Headquarters, Terrence Coleman Park, City Hall, we're gonna have speakers. These speakers are members of the community that belong to social action organizations that have been out here for years, the last few months, every day, trying to figure out how they could cater to the community. Because when we come together as a whole, we personally feel like it is up to us to help each other, because the man has not done that, and I do not believe they will ever do that. So we need to help each other. So again, I appreciate everybody for coming, because without you all, none of this would happen. So make some noise for yourselves, please. Alright, so the first speaker, I need you to make some noise. The first speaker is a representative for the Party of Socialism and Liberation. Make some noise, y'all.
Alright, so we're gonna start off with a chant. No good cop in a racist system. 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 My name is I'm an organizer with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. None of us were surprised that exactly 65 years after the men who murdered Emmett Till were acquitted of any crime, Jonathan Mattingly, Brett Hankinson, and Miles Cosgrove weren't charged for murdering Breonna Taylor. That don't mean we shouldn't be angry. I'm angry. I'm enraged. It makes me sick to see my sisters gunned down in the streets, in their homes, while their murderers walk away free? Free to continue to terrorize our neighborhoods? I'm angry because after the pigs killed her, they tried to cover it up. They left the incident report almost entirely blank. And when that didn't work, they tried to assassinate Breonna's character, as they do, by dragging her name through the mud. They tried to get her boyfriend to turn on her, to tell lies about her. And when that didn't work, the state and its secret grand jury tried to placate us by bringing soft-ass charges against one of the officers who murdered Breonna Taylor. Brett Hankinson. But really, those charges were a slap in the face to Breonna's family and everyone who has been in the streets demanding justice for her. Because Hankinson wasn't charged for first, second, or third degree murder. He wasn't even charged for manslaughter. He was charged with 3 counts of wanton endangerment for firing shots into Breonna's neighbors' apartments and endangering the people who live there. So not a single officer is facing charges for murdering Breonna Taylor in her sleep. This system is making a mockery of our lives. I'm angry because in the days before the grand jury announced its decision to avoid holding any of the officers accountable for Breonna's murder, government agencies in Kentucky were preparing to suppress the movement demanding justice in this case. Why the fuck is the National Guard out here? They began barricading a downtown area a day before the grand jury announcement was made. The mayor of Louisville, who's a Democrat by the way, declared a state of emergency and a curfew in the city a day before the announcement was made. They knew exactly what was coming and they were prepared to mobilize, they were prepared and organized to mobilize state resources that quickly or effectively could have addressed a public health crisis like COVID, or arrest police officers because the top priority, they don't want to fund us, they don't want to fund the people because the top priority of a capitalist government and its politicians are to protect the status quo. Who do they protect? They protect the right of the rich and the powerful to exploit and dominate the poor, working class, and oppressed people. I'm angry because we are seeing the same damn thing across the entire country. Killer cops walking free across the entire country, while anti-racist protesters are brutalized and arrested. In Colorado, our comrades, our PSL members have been some of the leaders in the struggle to win justice for Elijah McClain, a 23-year-old black man from Aurora who was brutally murdered. While police mocked and laughed. Just like in Breonna's case, what do the police do? They try to cover it up. They lie. They lie and they lie again. But when the video was released and the protest erupted in Denver and Aurora, the district attorney, Dave Young, still refused to charge the police. Instead, Dave Young, guess what? A Democrat, has collaborated with the police to try and criminalize several protest leaders, including 4 PSL members, Lillian House, Russell Rutch, Eliza Lucero, and Joel Northam. Joel, a black man, was arrested by a SWAT team, a singular black man. They brought a fucking tank and a SWAT team to arrest this man who was protesting for Elijah McClain. It could have happened to any of us. They've all been charged with bogus, trumped up charges, bogus felonies. They could be facing years, decades in prison. Why? Because these leaders have dared to expose the authorities' crimes and challenge their power. So, I'm angry. I'm angry as hell, and I know you all are too. So let's tap into that anger. I also know that anger and spontaneity are not enough to sustain the movement. We need